Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you today for a retake for this Alkaline Trio Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs album review. Because I know I did this and I had it premiered for midnight on January 25th, which this will be premiered probably during the day, I think. But still, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this new well, it might be a midnight release mostly, even though it's during the day when I'm doing this retake. It's just I'm gonna just release it at midnight on January 25th. So yeah, I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for all 36 songs and what I think of it as of now, and let you know my thoughts on this record overall. So let's dive into this retake album review now. Hot for Preacher was one of my favorite tracks. I really enjoyed this track. So I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I think Matt Skiba's vocals in this are pretty good, and just the way it sounds overall, it's pretty fast-paced track, but it gets the job done. So good track. Then comes Meet Me, and that was a 4.5 out of 5 for me. It's not bad. It's just not anything mind-blowing. But it's not the worst song on the record. But it's just a little too soft for me. I think the chorus is interesting, but I just don't like the verses too much. They're kind of odd to me, and it just doesn't execute too well with Matt Skiba singing in it. Meet me, kiss me, kiss me. It's just like, it sounds a little iffy with the lyrics and how they're written mostly. So 4.5 out of 5. Versions of You was one of the singles. It was the final single for this record, which this album is coming out very soon, by the way. So I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this track as of now. I'm really digging this song. So I think the bassist's vocals sound really amazing. The backing vocals from the bassist sound really good, and also Matt Skiba singing in certain sections in the track sound pretty good. So 5 out of 5. Bad Time is another one of my favorite songs. I did not think I'd grow to like the other two singles, but I actually do. And even the title track is probably my favorite, but I'll get to that in a moment. Bad Time is really good, and just the way Matt Skiba's singing in the track, it sounds pretty interesting of a song, so I dig it. 5 out of 5. 4.75 for Scars. Maybe at least a 5 out of 5 at least. Scars is growing on me. It's just taking time. This track is not terrible. It's just there are some moments where I like it and some moments where I'm like, it's fine. So I think for now, to play it safe, I'd give it a 4.75 out of 5. It's not a terrible track. It's pretty good. It's just there's some moments where it plays a little too safe with some of the melody pitches and how the bassist's vocals are sounding. Some of the time it executes well and it doesn't in certain areas, but it's still a pretty good song. Break is one of my favorites. I've really grown to like this track now. I did not think when I did the first take on this album, I wasn't sure if I was liking the record, but it's a grower for sure. But Break is a favorite song of mine. I really dug this track with how it sounded, so great song, 5 out of 5. Shake With Me is one of my favorites. I really like the drum work and how Matt Skiba is singing the track, and its pacing for the song. It's pretty catchy and keeps you hooked to the track. It's just, these songs take time to grow on you mostly. So this is a 5 out of 5. Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs, the title track for this record, is one of my favorites. I never want to ever see your motherfucking face again. That lyric is like, okay. I was like, alrighty. He's getting personal and serious with this shit. But it's a pretty catchy song. And the music video is all fucked up where everyone turns into zombies and is chasing after the band, Alkaline Trio. So basically 5 out of 5 for this one. Interlude is just an interlude to the next track, broken down in a time machine. I'd give this a 4.75 out of 5. It's pretty good of an interlude, so yeah. Then comes Broken Down in a Time Machine. I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this track with how it sounds. So it's one of my favorite songs to come out off this record as the regular song. It's the second to last song, and then Teenage Heart is the final track. So I like the bass's vocals and Broken Down in the Time Machine. It sounds really good for how it's executing. And then finally, like I said, Teenage Heart is the last track. Matt Skiba's vocals are hit or miss for this one. It's not the worst track, but it's good in its own way. So a 4.5 out of 5 for me for this one. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I found this as of now to be a favorite album this year. I did not think I'd grow to like this Alkaline Trio album, is the way it sounded, but it grew on me. So it just took a couple listens mostly, and I had to get used to the sound and what they were going for with this record. But for 36 minutes, it's a pretty good record for what they went for. So for a score for me, I'm giving Alkaline Trio Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs for their new album an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good record. Definitely rocks for sure. Highly recommend you check this alternative rock band out to see what you think of this record and this band themselves. See if it's your style or not. Some people will like it. Some people will think it's not my kind of music. And that's to each their own, of course. But I think Alkaline Trio has impressed me with this record. And the last record, Is This Thing Cursed, was one of my favorites. But still, this was a pretty good record. So 8.5 out of 10 for Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs by Alkaline Trio. Hopefully you enjoyed this premiere for this album review for the new album by Alkaline Trio, and thanks for watching.